All right. Night, guys. I'm Andre. I'll be your journey master for this evening. And for the past year, a few friends and I have been working on creating the Caribbean's first tabletop role-playing game called Duppies and Gunmen. It's a whole new system that puts ordinary people in the helm of a fantastic adventure based in Jamaica, the Caribbean, South America, and now Belizean folklore. But we'll get into that. For now, let me introduce you to the squad for this one shot. Hey, party people. I'm going to ask for a quick intro for each of you. And I know the Wi-Fi on the South American end is acting up, but for the intro, I'll ask if you can real quick switch on the camera and then maybe switch it off after. Um, I'm going to ask to go in alphabetical order. So yeah, Chris, you'll be first. Wait, hold on. Chad would be first. Go back. Oh, I'm realizing I said it is Central America. Yes. This is Central. Yes.
I mean, Belize is still in the Caribbean,
eh,
so
I mean, we claim them, honestly. They are Caribbean to us.
they
So
are geopolitically Caribbean.
They are literally in the Caribbean. They
Yeah,
are
they're
part
So
of
it's just
Caribbean,
about the
yeah.
fight.
geopolitically the Caribbean.
I'm learning so much. I'm happy to learn.
I'll just claim us when you want to claim us. That's what happens. Fine.
That's fair. And that's fair and true. And we should be better about that. Uh yeah, yeah, yeah. And we
Anyway, back to introduction. What am I supposed to do for this now?
yes. So for your introduction, I'm gonna ask you to tell me your name, your character's name. Uh I think you all chose the same pronouns for characters as you. So, but yeah, your name, your character's name, and their class and subclass. And if you want to throw
Uh,
like a brief description of how them stay, you can throw that on as well.
cool. Hi, I'm Chad. I'm playing the character Ray Oho. He's a politician. He is the opposition. Uh, Brief description is just a regular politician, tall, very persuasive, very yes. Um,
I don't know why it's surprising
Jamaican
that he's
politician,
tall.
man, yeah.
I don't know why it's surprising me that he's tall.
You have to be tall to be a politician. There's a height
No, Horace,
requirement.
you're supposed to be representing the short kings.
No, 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 no. We're absolutely not representing them here.
Fine. Chris.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm Chris Williams. Is sure there's no echo?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, sweet. So yeah, I'm Chris. My character is Bill. Bill is basically just me in cartoon form. So he's a teacher, I guess, in the country of Belize, trying to find some Mayan mystery.
You are a teacher in lore, but for the purposes of the game, he's using the student class.
Yeah, basically I'm a TA. I'm a teacher's assistant in this case.
So student subclass truant.
This is my origin story of how I became a teacher from a student.
And I do plan to release an educator class at some point in the future. So we'll see how that growth can go. And remember your alphabet quickly. Yes, Prince.
Okay. Yes, so yes, my name is Prince, and my character's name is Marquis. It's very easy to pronounce, very easy to not forget. Marcus Patterson. Yeah. Yeah, he's he, him, like me. And he is a creature of the whole class or whole setup of prayer warrior. Yeah. His background is supernatural, and he is a somewhat tall, like maybe a 6 foot flat guy, around 210 pounds, balding. Yeah. And he always wears fancy suit and
I
fancy
give you
he has a fancy tie.
I
Yeah,
give you
of
all a
course.
fantasy world, and all you do is just make tall people. Just take make tall men. It's all you
All right,
He
would
has
you
to
like
have
me to change it to a
presence,
short
right?
man?
Isn't that the
you
ultimate fantasy
this
to be
is
tall?
this is a fantasy world where short people can also have power.
We can
You know what?
finally be as tall as we want to be.
Fine,
You know
fine.
what, Andre, just for you, he's a short king, short political king.
Short but
Amazing.
the tall kid.
Amazing. No, I don't want to railroad you into choosing. Samantha?
Okay. Hi, I'm Samantha, but Sam for short. My character is Sarafina. She's a mystic, some class over woman, and she's she comes from a foreign background from Belize, had to escape because her Ovia queen was using her as a vessel. Everyday things. So she had to leave, had to make a deal with some Ovia underlord guy to get enough power for get up and go. And she went, left, had to leave the love of her life behind, mind you. And is now running a beauty salon slash backyard Ovia business.
So she sells like hair potions. I'm supposing
Yeah,
it's just castor oil. Thanks, sir.
pretty much.
And Yvanna.
Okay, so one moment. So my character is Eve. She is a student. She's studies chem. She loves chemistry a lot.
Nerd.
Her pronouns are she and her. She's nerdy. I would say she's basically just me, but the only thing that's different is, well, her background, which is, she's secretly the daughter of Xtabay, which is basically like a phantom or like a piece of Belizean folklore where it's like a woman who seduces men, but when the men come to kind of like be with her, they realize that really they stabbed with like thorns and they end up dying. But anyways, so the scenario with Eve is, that happened to her dad, but instead of him actually dying, he had survived and later was given Eve by Xtabay. And so she doesn't really know about any of these things at the moment, other than really feeling like, oh, she's different. And, but she's just accepting that, like, as, oh, everybody feels that way. So I would say that's kind of the mindset that my character is in right now.
All right. With that, I can begin my narrative. Thanks, team. There is one thing that I would like us to do just to establish some things for the role play. And it is located at the back of each class sheet. So what it does is gives you all a chance to establish a sort of tying, like a thread that binds you guys. And let me start with the mystic. This is Sarafina. So once we just did the introduction, so I'm just going to ask you a question and you're going to pick a party member that it would apply to from here. And between the two of you, you just create a link with it. So the powers that be, Sarafina, has informed you to protect one squad member. Who is it and how are you responding to these instructions?
Um, let's pick the big nerd. Um, Eve.
Mm.
I
And
just feel disrespected, you know. But
How are
because you're
you fun?
protected?
I
Does that
mean,
mean that I can choose to ignore?
Okay,
that's
so you would be ignoring this. All right, since Eve was the next one picked, let me see. Huh, I don't know if I updated the one for students. Let's see. One of the squad members knows your parent or guardian. Who is it, and are they on good terms? That's actually
mm,
pretty damn good. For this.
or are they on good terms? I would say I'll go with Rhea Hope. Maybe
Mm,
my dad is in like the circle of like supporters, and
mm.
so that's how they know each other.
Ray, are you on good terms with Sarafina's dad by any chance?
All the time, every day, as long as the currency is right.
All right. Since you're the next person, let me start with the politician question. Um, a grant you signed off helped a squad member. Who was it and what was it for?
All right, I'll go with Bill. Um, Somehow supported a school accidentally, and directly it directly helped him out, getting funding, getting his job and everything.
This makes sense. Bill, you once pulled a prank on one squad member. Who was it and what was the prank? Was it Chris there? Ah, I may have to repeat this. Chris, you heard?
Oh, were you talking to me?
Yes. You
Oh,
once pulled a
my
prank
bad, my
on one
bad, my
squad
bad.
member. Who was it and what was the prank?
Wait, so I pranked someone,
Uh-huh. All right. Who
and
was it
who was it
from the squad? Yeah.
from this squad? I am going to, I guess, go with the politician,
All right.
um,
Mhm.
and say that we used to be in high school together or something, and the prank was um, that I convinced him that uh, Mayan um, pyramid that we found was actually from Aztec, and it was the god Quetzalcoatl. And because he is not as informed in um, in what's the anthropology as I am,
Absolutely.
he thought that Quetzalcoatl was an actual Mayan god. And so he went and he presented his information that way, not knowing that in Belize or in the Mayan culture, that is actually doesn't exist. And he looked like an idiot. And even though it's a really nerdy prank, I laughed because he was stupid.
All right, fair enough. What I will say is this kind of twist that you would have informed him of would be part of why you ended up with the funding because uh in whatever research I'd have it as part of that conversation.
That he
Yeah.
actually found a mysterious item that linked.
No, no,
Um,
no, no, no. He was
oh,
his thing before was that he gave you funding. So
oh, he gave me funding.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
well, because
Oh, you never heard that.
because I pranked him on this, he saw that I was actually like really, really nerdy on the subject. And so that I was actually, there was no one as informed on the culture as I was. So he gave me funding.
Huh, fair. And finally, Prince, your question. I'll say you said a prayer on behalf of one of the squad members. Who was it?
Hmm. Who was it? The first thing that came to mind was for it to be the politician. He came to the church of course. So for his blessings, right?
Sure.
This
So
feels
you've
right.
prayed for him before.
Obvious
Okay.
one. It's obvious one, yeah.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. All right. So you have I can work with these little story strings. Let me jump into the narrative. So we open on the Central American the American continent in Central America in rural Belize. It's nightfall, and a man leaves the bar of his small town to walk the few miles to his home. The road is dark but familiar, though it would be hard to tell that it is familiar to him based on the swaying of his frame and the unsteadiness of his feet. In each hand, he holds a bottle of Bellicane beer. He downs the one in his left hand and throws the glass bottle absent-mindedly into the bushes. It lands with a soft thud in the dark canopy, not even interrupting the sound of crickets. He begins on the second bottle, and as he tosses it over his shoulder, he hears a clunk as it connects with flesh and bone. And there's a low growl and the scent of sulfur and urine. Startled and unsteady, he looks over his shoulder just in time to see the silhouette of a dark creature lunging towards him. The crickets, to their credit, momentarily pause to honor the sound of his scream as he's dragged into the bushes to the side of the road. Chris, you're gonna need to stop chewing because I'm about to call on you. Bill
Okay, I'm ready.
is here in Belize on an excavation and historical expedition, working on your master's.
Yes.
This is the next day, and you overhear your colleagues saying, they say it's a jaguar that killed him. And you also hear a villager saying, no, it's El Cadejo. And El Cadejo is a myth that speaks to two dog. Well, actually, Chris,
Yeah.
let's start here. This conversation is happening. What is Bill doing right now?
He is trying to get his luggage and stuff. You said it's the next day and I just arrived, right?
No, you've been working here a little while. You have been, let's say, working with someone who is an archaeologist, as well as maybe locals in the area to get some of their historic record. But you are basically with Dr. Burnborough. She is working on uncovering the secrets of some of the ancient civilization, and she has reason to believe that there is a structure here that would have been an ancient city.
Well, so I'm struggling with my books because I have all these books in my hands that kind of have different information on these cultures. And while I'm trying to listen to her, I can't help but overhear this dude talk about this new creature that is now piquing my interest.
All right, El Cadejo. What I'll ask you to do is roll study. So I'm going to ask you to roll a D8. And
okay, how do I do that?
Your study, I want more than a 4, and we'll just see how much you know about El Cadejo.
How do I do that?
So go to roll dice with friends. And yeah, click on this third dice, the orange and blue one. And
am I clicking on it manually?
Yeah. Unless you want me to roll for you.
Yeah, you're the dungeon master or whatever.
No, I want each person to roll for themselves. I can roll for you.
Oh, okay. How do I do that? How do I do that?
I'll roll it now for time, but you go basically just click it. But where it says name, put your name in. Yeah. I'll roll for you. And what's your study?
Oh, you said roll it?
Oh, you on it now?
No, I don't know how to do it. I'm a noob, remember? I don't know how to do that.
So all you do is click it. You're on the roll dice with friends?
Oh, my bad. So that's an app? Yes. So wait, I see Dallas Dice Roller.
Yeah, change that to Chris. No,
Okay.
Bill. Change that to Bill.
To Bill.
Yeah.
Do I share my screen with you so you guys can see?
I'll see it from here. So
You can see it?
yeah, click on the
Yeah.
No? Okay, roll it.
Yeah.
Do I need to click a specific dice?
The third one.
The third one, the
8. So that's
okay.
the D8. Oh, you got the same thing. And so with that, you'd add your study to it. So you would be rolling study. But this is enough information. You would have been here gathering details already. You know that El Cadejo is a legend of a canine-like creature. They are...
Yeah, I've heard it's a type of canine-like creature.
It started with a white Cadejo, which is a benevolent creature that leads souls to the afterlife and protects people. There is also a black Cadejo, which stalks lonely persons on roads, as well as drunkards, especially drunkards. And it also leads persons to the afterlife, but in a more direct way and violent way. So the legend is these two brothers in many cases.
One white, one black.
Right.
One is benevolent that leads them to the afterlife, and the other one punishes drunkards.
And one, yes, the black one, brothers drunkard. Cadejo Negro. So yeah, you know that from your studies. Now that you've set up with the rolling, you can let me know if you want to jump into the conversation, or if you want to continue with your assistance in. Let me do it in person, actually. Dr. Bambro says to you, I'm so glad you're able to help. I know that that your field isn't really excavation and archaeology, but we're just so short-staffed here. But don't worry, I'll ensure that you get the credit you deserve when I publish this. Everybody's going to remember the name Bob.
My name's actually Bill. Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah, it's a easy mistake. Not Bob. It's Bill.
I'm sure.
I am more than willing to help out. You know, I always like free trips to these countries, and so if I learn something new and I get a degree out of it, then
yeah, don't just give those grants to anybody. Chris, as you continue, you smell like this faint smell of like
sulfur.
Sulfur.
Is anyone cooking rotten eggs? Because I think I smell something really weird.
No, but that does remind me. I need to get the food from the car, so I'll be right back. And they trot off.
She trots off?
Yeah.
Okay. So
the village.
Are you really just gonna leave me in this place by myself? Anyway, did you mention that you saw a black? What was that creature called again?
Oh, who are you talking to? The villager?
I'm talking to the villager. Yes.
Oh no, I've not seen anything.
Are you sure? Because I see this smell. I'm smelling this thing, and can you tell me a little more about the information about this legend, because something isn't smelling right here.
I mean, well, that's fair. And I will do this off screen where they go into like a little more of the details of the legend. Roll luck.
Roll luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm making your choice. Roll luck or detect.
How do I do that?
It's the
Which
same roll, the
it's
D8,
the
but you just
same.
tell
It's
me
the
which
same. So
skill you
just
want to
roll it
use.
again. Press
Yeah,
roll it again.
yeah. But just
Okay,
tell
I'm
me which
rolling
skill
it
you prefer
again.
to use.
I got a 6.
That's good. Which skill you want to add to that? Detect or lock?
I would like to do detect.
All right. What's your detect skill? That is, how is that +0? You're a student.
What?
Oh,
I have no
okay.
detection skills.
You have 1 luck. So if you say luck instead, you at least get to add 1 to it.
No.
I'm like you use luck, but yeah, check your stats for those. You usually want to use the highest one. With 1 luck, I'll say, you
Wait,
know.
no, but I said I wanted to go to detect.
Oh, I was saying luck because you'd be better off for it because you have 1 luck versus 0 detect.
But if okay, so I got a 6. So what does that mean?
So you'd add whatever skill to it. So you'd be adding 1 instead of 0.
Yeah, I don't want to be completely detectless. I want to be able to detect things around me.
No, you have 0 detect. This is how you navigate the world. The skills are just how you navigate.
Oh, permanently?
Not permanent. When you level up, you move them up, but you won't
So
get
am I not
in.
leveling up to add 1 detect?
No, we'll get into that. You're just using whatever skill you have right now until you level up.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I have no detection skills at all.
Right, but you're lucky, so you can use your luck. You find a glass bottle. It has a sort of black substance on it. It's like deep obsidian, but it doesn't reflect light.
This is weird.
Yeah.
And first thing I do, stupidly, I smell it.
Sulfur and urine.
Yeah.
As you
Did
smell
somebody
it,
piss out this bottle? And then
um,
like I wave it around
yeah,
and
no,
add
when
it.
you do that, the villager kind of backs off and is like, I'm going to help doctor with the food.
Wait, what? No, I need some answers here. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just put this in this plastic bag for now, and I'll put this plastic bag in my bag and hold on to it for a while.
All right. You hear screaming in the distance.
Is it where the doctor was?
No, no.
Just in general.
Behind you.
Okay.
Like coming from closer to where you were excavating.
So do I investigate it?
Do you?
Um, huh. I would like to get some reinforcements. Can I do that?
Sure. The other people run go with you. You see uh kind of tall, elderly, well, middle age-ish, going up to middle age, say in her 40s, 50s, yes. Woman about in her 50s, tall, silver hair, on the ground, and above her is a younger woman who is doing the screaming. And you realize that she's screaming because she has seen this woman fall over.
Okay, so the 40-year-old is screaming because the
No,
smaller woman.
the woman in her 20s is screaming, 40-year-old.
Oh, because the older woman fell over.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the woman in actual danger or did she just trip?
No, when you go over, by this time the villager comes, the doctor comes, and you realize that this woman is dead. And you're
Oh,
going to skip ahead from Bill
okay.
and move over to Eve.
Huh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hi, Eve. Your father comes towards you. Just to set the stage, this is maybe a day or two after that incident. Your father says, Eve, there's something I need to show you. And he hands you a newspaper, sort of crumpled.
Mhm.
On the headline, you see where it says self-proclaimed Obia Queen dies of natural causes.
I would look at it confused, wondering what exactly, why he was showing this to me.
It says to you, actually, you're looking at it. I'm going to ask you to roll me
Uh-huh.
study or detect, whichever you prefer.
Okay, so that would be using the D8 dice.
Yes.
All right.
So
So I'll do study,
Mm-hmm.
and I got 8.
You got 8?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot. So for Duppies and Gunmen, how you level up is by doing things. And when
Yeah.
you roll a dice and it's on the lowest or the highest number, you mark experience. When you get to 10 experience, you level up. So
Okay.
with that 8, I'll just do it for you, but you can use the drop down here where it says experience points and add
Mm-hmm.
1.
Okay, I see it.
And you also, each class has things that allow them to level up, so you can watch out for if you do the things that your class give points for.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So with that natural 8,
Mm-hmm.
you fully, vividly remember seeing this woman. You flashback, you're about 3. This is your earliest memory.
Mm-hmm.
You are holding her hand and walking into a forest. And then you are sitting under a ceiba tree, just as you do. And then you wander off a bit, and then you see her call to a man that's passing. And then very quickly, you don't see her. You know that this woman is your mother, but then very quickly, you don't see your mother. And what you see is this monstrous woman with a white dress and long hair. And what you see next is the man screaming. And then this strange woman pounces on the man, clawing at his heart with long claws that look like needles. And the last thing you remember seeing here at this scene is a spray of red blood soaking into brown white fiber pods that litter the ground. And then there's a smell of more blood and the sound of gurgling and screams. But you don't see any more of that because your legs have taken you even while your mind was frozen and you're running away and crying before you even realize that you moved. Pretty soon you're lost in the forest and sobbing loudly. And then you stop in case the creature is trying to find you. I'm going to ask you to roll stealth just to see how well you hid at that point in your life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 6.
Okay, okay. You are hiding pretty well, covered in just some shrubs, but soon you hear the place quiet down a bit, and you hear a voice from the forest calling out. It's not the wailing sound of the dying man, nor the screeching sounds of the devil woman, but it's saying, "No, no, it's going to be okay, my child."
Mm-hmm. I
And
would look at it a little afraid because it feels like a voice that I know, but
mm,
after seeing all of that, I'm still frightened by what will happen.
fair. So, but this isn't the sound of your mother's voice, but a calm, low, rumbling voice. Now don't cry, says a kind-looking man, short but with sunburned skin under a brimmed hat and smiling kindly beneath a beard. It's going to be okay. What are you doing hiding in the garden, Eve? Eve in the garden hiding. Do you like that name?
Yes.
And he leads you out of the bushes, like just being patient with however slowly you're moving. And he will allow you to climb on his back if you want, as he walks you to a safe, warm, cozy cottage in the forest, whistling as he goes. Eve, this is the first time you remember seeing your father,
Mm-hmm.
and the last time you remember seeing the woman in the newspaper. That was over 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're just sitting across from your father. Now you're an adult. You can tell me what you do with the information that just processed, that just rushed back to your head.
Right now, I would look at my dad and feel so confused, so like my whole world just shattered. There that feeling of, always not being quite like everybody else I knew, or feeling like there was something different about me. Finally understanding where that came from, but I would also have an internal fear that, well, if I come to the truth that that's my mother, who am I and what am I? I don't think I can face my dad right now. So I would probably just start to cry
Just
and
run.
go somewhere where I can process it,
Mm-hmm.
because I just feel like everything is over right now.
Fear, fear, fear. So what is that place?
Roll dice to cry.
What is that place for Eve?
um Ironically, it's a park that she loves to go to, where she sits underneath the same Lasieva tree,
Mm,
under a picnic table. It has an abandoned playground that nobody really goes to, but it's always been a source of comfort for her.
mm, okay. And as you stay here, um, I'll say a few hours pass as you're given your space, and slowly as the sun begins to set and it becomes dark, and the residents and people clear out, your father waddles out of the forest, uh, hands you a blanket, and just sort of sits with you near a bush. Um, he hands you this old cell phone that he has. Very old. This is not a man of technology. He 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 hands you the phone, and it's like one of those old 3310 Nokia. You don't even know how that is still running. And he says, uh, I'm going to need you to make a call for me. He
Mm.
always asks you to like do his calling on his behalf.
Yeah,
Any messages to text, um he's not about that life.
I
He
accept it, and I'll do the call for him, and I tell him that I love him and I'm thankful for everything he's done for me.
Thank you. I I love you too, sweetheart. And he has trouble typing because his hand, um, he says it's some injury. But he asks you to make a call to Sarafina to tell her that Aisa is dead.
Okay. So I put in the number that he's given me and I call Sarafina.
You call Sarafina, and we rush over to Jamaica. We move over to these busy streets of Jamaica in a hair salon where there's a tiny wall fan cooling a square room with a few clients that are waiting impatiently, staring at the TV or their phone. Samantha, can you describe what Sarafina is up to right now?
Well, Serafina is in the quote unquote no trespassing back room, which is her office, right?
Mm.
And she's performing what we call business of the what sources sort. She's doing some kind of I call it voodoo doll things. She's working on a voodoo doll essentially.
All right, so as you make this voodoo doll, you see a call come in from Samantha. Well, sorry, from the person that helped you out in the situation that you were in while you were in Belize. Your benefactor that helped smuggle you out.
Okay, cool. So I answer the phone call and I very passionately say, "What's the word, third?" And we continue.
Oh, your father, Eve says, "Ding dong, the witch is dead."
Like, oh shit, that calls for a shot. Call up the Ray and nephew and we take a shot right then and there. Straight out the bottle, no pouring of no sorts. Take a shot.
And yeah. Samantha, if you want to you're on the phone with Eve. If you want to ask any questions to Eve, so you can. Otherwise, you can end the call or
Yeah. Serafina is kind of like one of those lone wolf. I don't really need to want to. You gave me my information. Now I'm outie. Have a great day. Call me for my services. I'll send you a cost sheet.
Sarafina, as the day goes on, as much as a lone wolf as you are, you do realize that. Do you have a online presence at all?
Oh, definitely. What? Hashtag Obia girl at Obia girl 123. Duh.
Very obvious. Very obvious.
You see a message come in from a Veronica. This person would have been a fellow student. Should have been much younger. Well, not much, but a little younger than you. When you were studying under Madame Aisa. And she was this shy, mousy girl who reached out to you like, did you hear?
Okay, so Serafina having to keep her composure, having to make sure that, she isn't really tied to anything or any situation of this sort, trying to keep everything under wraps, pulls out the coolest. Oh no. Yes, I heard. Oh, what a tragedy.
Roll convince for me,
Wait,
please.
which one is that? Which one is that?
Same D8, but you're going to add your
Okay.
convince skill. I don't know if you have a convince skill. It's probably 0. But oh no, you have 1.
There is one.
You're right. You're an obvious one. You have 1. All right,
Damn,
roll it.
I
I'm
roll a
going
2.
cool. So that's 3. Um,
Hmm.
Veronica says,
Good.
I know you weren't very fond of her, and that's okay. Are you planning to come back to just check out what's here?
So
It's safe
I
now.
I didn't say no. I have a booming business, mind you. Salon is going great. You know, the backdoor business is even better. Online presence. I have sponsors from castor oil companies across the land, you
Shea
know, planning to
Moisture.
open a franchise. Right? Planning to open a franchise. It's fine. I'll send the condolence card.
Okay. That's at least very nice of you. I I'm a bit worried about Iman. Uh,
Oof. Um, so I guess Sarafina is a little bit shocked to hear
Mm.
that name,
yeah.
trying to forget the name for so long. So she kind of just thrown us off guard, can't really answer, don't really know what to say. So the phone kind of goes into silent at that point.
Well, I can't discuss it here, but if you do get to roll by, we'd yeah, we can discuss it then. And she hangs up the phone.
Yeah, well, I guess at this point, this is where we do the reminiscing, you know, to the sad Neo song. Just play the music in the background. The rain, the Jamaican rain start to fall from the sky. I'm looking out of the window. Um, you know, I open out this little memory box. There's a picture of Iman in the box, you know, there's a picture of the first voodoo doll we did together. That's what Obeah people do. Um, and it kind of starts to get your mind turning, you know, girls in her feels, the Lulu, trying to figure out if she should go back or not at this point. Heavily leaning to go back.
All right, while you contemplate going back, I'm going to shift to Prince and Marquis. Prince, you know?
Yes.
Marquis is currently in Belize doing one of those, you know, the campery jamboree things where churches would pull money together and send people on camp expedition to different countries. So the Jamaican arm of your congregation, keeping it vague, because I never want to tie you down to any religion. Your congregation, the Universal Congregation of Harmonious. What was it? Oh my gosh. You can make up a name.
Here's something.
Like,
Glorious harmony. That's what it is.
yes, the Universal
There we go.
Congregation of Glorious Harmony. Yes, so they have set up a sort of jamboree or camp crusade here in Belize. And you being one of the promising youth pastors, maybe.
All right. Yeah.
The youth members have been sent here to kind of experience this and get to know the congregation in this country. Yeah. So you are at a crusade that they would have set up, you know, where they put the tent out in some area and try to get members of the community to come in and get converted. So you are here in Belize. You're from Jamaica, in Belize, on your mission. This is just a night of a crusade. You can let me know what Marquis would be doing.
All right. So what you'll be doing on the night of the crusade is unwinding and eating a plate of good food after running a few sermons with the other youths, you know.
I'll say you would have maybe done a bit of preaching. I think you're respected enough in your church community that they would have at least let you do a prayer, at least read a scripture, something like that.
Yes, yes, but of course, all this stress that I went through to the point where I'm going bald at a young age.
Mm. Oh, it's premature baldness. Because we used to baldness. How old is Marquis? Let me start there.
See, the age I had for him was 32, but you said youth passed. But that might apply.
That's fine. That's no,
Right,
no, no.
right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they did call youth pastors 30. So honestly.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, Marquis would have been having his lunch. It's pretty standard. You do feel your heart beat twice, which as somebody with a supernatural background, um, it is the genie who that lives in your heart, um, basically doing a knock knock, like trying to get your attention.
And while I'm there, eat my good food, trying to ignore it, pull up my little bell. Focus, focus. Ignore it,
You
focus.
you always ignore. You always ignore. I'm bored. Every time you come here is preach, 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 pray, pray, pray. Hours, hours. Never making wish, just prayers. I'm going to sleep. I'm resting. This is and you hear the noise quiet. And the night wraps up basically.
Mhm.
And it's about time for you to head home.
Right, a good day, They'll pack up the chairs, everything. Say my
Um,
goodbyes to everyone.
there is a person from the congregation, well, not the congregation, from the local community, one of the persons who heard the sermons and the crusade, um, that is from the community and seems to be interested in becoming a new convert. And you know that church person trope where you carry a bunch of chairs to like, this is how young men in church impress the ladies. Um, she this young lady sees you carrying these chairs and you see her glancing like twice at you. I'm
Yeah,
going to ask
just the
you to
slickest
roll.
smile on the face.
Mhm.
Of
I'm going to
course.
ask you to roll strength just to see how good you carry these chairs. This is
Oh dear
chairs.
God. Let's see. Let's go find that body stat. Ha! 0. Yeah, I'm ready.
Fair, it's fair. I want you to just beat a 4.
All right.
3. Do you add anything to that?
Well, add anything to that? I could add my face.
No, you don't have no strength, is what I mean. You have strength skill?
Huh?
Cool. Yeah, you are buckling under the weight of these chairs. Full buckling. And you see she giggle and walks off a bit.
Oh, unfortunate.
So the buses are getting ready to leave.
Right,
And
so
Mhm.
mhm. So again, ready to leave, put away the chairs and all, you know,
Yeah.
lick my wounds. But time to go home. Yep.
Okay.
There's no noise coming from anywhere, no noise coming from the heart and all of that. I feel
No,
clean.
there
Mhm.
is no noise coming from the heart. So you, while packing up the chairs, well, you've packed up the chairs. You head out and the young lady is there again. This time just like a little off the road to the side. And as you go towards the bus, she says, Oh, you can't carry chair, but you can preach though.
Oh, sister, you know how it is, you know? After such a long day, what can a man do but try his best, right?
Boy, I wonder if you can love anything like how you love to preach in that church.
Oh, but I'm a man full of love, full of experience as well. But
And she blushes a bit. She then says to you, we can't be out here just fraternizing like this. Uh, and then she walks like just a little back into the bushes, just like out of the way of the peering eyes of the fellow youths.
yes, you know, I agree. Perhaps you would like to give me a bit of a confession. Yes. And I walk in there.
You know, I do have something to confess, and she is stepping over the root of a tree and she lifts. Oh, you get to see church girl ankle as she lifts the long dress to step over the root of this huge cotton tree. And then she turns
Oh,
towards
Lord.
you and she says, yes, I have a confession. I sometimes get a bit bad. And then she says, follow me. And I'm going to need you to roll focus.
Oh, some folks. All right, let's check. We got to focus over here. Oh, it's a 0.
How is it
Oh,
a 0? Oh, you mean the skill? So it's 1d8
yes.
and whatever.
Mhm.
Oh, damn. You need, so it's a 1, you can mark your experience. Cool, cool, cool,
Oh,
cool, cool. As she says, follow me, her visage. So you see Sister Grace's visage start to change. And she touches the cotton tree behind her and starts walking back into it. And you are currently enchanted. You find yourself touching the tree and walking back into it. And then she says, don't move. I'm going to need you to roll focus one more
oh,
time.
oh.
Yeah.
Roll again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, you're rolling convince.
Convince.
Yeah, so you add your
Oh,
convince instead.
well, that's a 5 plus 1.
Damn,
Yeah.
another 7. Okay. Okay. Here's what happens. You see this little short, stoutish, curved, mouseish Sister Grace that was right in front of you start to transform into this wrinkled, needly form, and she reaches towards you and starts touching the skin and then the flesh, and then you feel the needle start touching like the bone of where your heart is. And then you feel your heart start beating faster, and then you snap out of exist. You just snap out. You just see blackness.
Oh. Mhm. It's like that.
And with that, we're gonna jump over to Chad. Chad, sorry to have you waiting so long. Hi, Horace.
No problem at all.
Um, you get a report on your desk.
All
There
right, cool.
is a Jamaican national in Belize that has gone missing. His church group has come back and They cannot find him. They've been searching.
Another one. All right. Somebody dropped it at my table, right?
Yeah, so I'll say I don't know who a politician supervisor is, but you're a pretty low level politician. They said to you, no, we need you to head over there and sort of silently investigate this because we have a sort of we want to maintain good diplomatic relations. We want to understand what happened over there before we sound alarm bells because this could break bad for both countries and the sort of relations that we have there. We are this close to letting all the news outlets know, but we just need to understand what has happened. And we need you to head over there. Just monitor the investigations of the police. We don't know what this could be. We just need some eyes from here on the ground. And we know that you are very charming and diplomatic and can get things done.
Okay, so I turn off the paper shredder and I get ready. Okay, just give me the details. Where should I be going?
I have no name for this city. I was keeping it vague. You get a city name.
Yeah, no problem.
You get a city name and a plane ticket.
So I look at the plane ticket. Is it first class or not?
Okay. You look at the plane ticket, your supervisor says to you, it's not, I mean, well, we don't have, it depends on the budget, you know how it go. It's currently coach.
Can we just decrease somebody else's budget so I can make sure I'm comfortable? This looks like a long
Roll
trip. This is a big
convince.
case. Somebody died. Yeah, so let's roll convince.
Yes.
8 die, right?
Yeah, the D8 is what we use for most almost all of the rolls for.
I got a 2. And my convince is a 4.
Your convince is already a 4? Damn. All right, so
Yeah.
that's 6. I need to name your supervisor, so but he has 3. I'm gonna just split it flat. All right. Okay. I can't do first class. Here, how about this? I'll upgrade you to that one with the leg room. Business priority.
I just don't feel like that's the same thing, but just for you, sure.
So this is
a serious case and we need to look into it right now. So sure.
Yeah. See, this is why we need you over there. Very convincing, man of the people. Yeah. It also would be great if she's from the constituency that you govern. So if you can like show face and be the one to like have done all of this and show the extra effort, it would be real great for come poll time when the votes come around. It would look good. It would be a good look. All right, so we get you on that plane. We just shake some hands, ask around, get to know the local police and what they're up to. Yeah. I trust in you. You can do this.
Take a deep sigh, look at the tickets again.
Roll convince. One word.
It's a 5.
Plus 4. All right. Okay. You know what? There is an orphanage that was about to get a new set of beds. But we could send you first class. We could probably squeeze it.
You know what? This feels right. Those people are alive still, and we need to look into the dead ones. Let's go. This is better than God's work right now.
Let me confirm. Let me just also we don't know that our our friend Marquis, our constituency member Marquis Patterson is necessarily not for this world. We just
Yeah, and that's exactly why you're sending me there to figure it out. And I need to be in the right mindset when I get there. Can you imagine if he is?
okay. I mean, but we actually don't want to spread that yet. Remember, very delicate situation. For all intents and purposes, he is alive and yes.
Mm-hmm. And the zip mount cost, I understand. Okay, no problem. Understand. Thank
So
you so
you
much.
book your first class. Well, you you get your ticket for some first class flight. Sarafina.
Hi.
Hi. What did Sam, I should say, what did Sarafina decide? Where's her money?
Well, after copious amounts of thinking, sad songs, ice cream, um, some more Obia dolls, voodoo dolls, she finally decides with a heavy heart to go back. Very quietly though. Nobody needs to know. Not a peep, but she's going back. She doesn't really like the idea, but she's going back.
Okay. On the flight, you see somebody that sort of looks familiar. Wray, you've seen him in like some political campaigns from time to time. He's on the flight with you, but in business priority. While you're sitting over there would it be Coach that you book?
What? No. Fuck no. No, sorry. I'm sorry.
It would be Coach?
Sarafina out here, making voodoo dolls and casting spells and shit. She can't change her ticket, man.
If you can tell me how this allows you to change your ticket, I will either allow it or let you roll.
Okay, so this is what happened. She's at the airport. She looks at her seat. It's all the way at the back of the plane, toilet area, whatever. And she hears that this disgusting lady behind her, a Karen, if you will, got a beautiful business priority seat. But she's kind of being a capital B. So she goes over, somehow manages to use her to voodoo charm, and she manages to switch the tickets themselves. So she goes up, I don't know if it's a case where she probably like voodoo does something, makes one out of this white lady, and then gets the white lady to come and switch tickets with her.
All right. I mean, your spells don't do this, but what I'll allow you to do is, since it was the Obia woman, the Obia woman subclass that you have, you do have the ability to pass off items.
By the way,
That
police.
No, I didn't say anything. Go ahead.
You have the ability to pass off items that contain your magic in them. What I will allow you to do is...
Okay, so I put a sack of magic in her pocket, right? And it gives her some really bad diarrhea.
Okay, that works. Okay, because you do have
so she can't jump on the flight.
What I will allow you to do is roll that D8 for me and add your magic. If you beat a 5, this lady has diarrhea. Okay. Yeah.
Suck it!
So, yeah, she stands behind you like, I don't understand why they allow all these persons to board the plane or why they are putting the announcement in Spanish. I think if you're going to Central America, you should learn to speak English. I don't understand why all of this is taking so long. And you slip a poison bag in her bag. it just starts exploding a bit. To the point where, yeah, she does get a little ill, runs to the bathroom. While in the bathroom, you get a chance to sneak the ticket from under there, switch it. She doesn't even go to the flight, which is the issue. Like at first, you were concerned when you were getting to the gate, like, oh no, they don't allow you to just have somebody else's ticket. But then when they call boarding like 5 times and she don't show up, you're like, well, we have a business priority seat available. If anybody wants it, bump bump. Sarafina, cool, 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 cool. Yeah, so you are beside Mr. Ray on this flight. I
Oh
will,
wow.
yeah, yeah.
I practically saved this man's life. I mean, sit beside a Karen. No, thank you.
And as the plane moves forward, Prince, Marquis, Marquis, is Prince alive?
I'm here.
Is Prince alive is actually a valid question.
Indeed.